Hello, everyone. Good evening, those people watching from North America. Good afternoon, people watching from Asia and also from Middle East. This is it. Finally, we are going live after like 6 months of thinking and asking for guidance. I finally said yes. So this is it, Pansit. And the name of our show is Alam Mo Ba? And the reason behind that is because a lot of people are asking so many questions, so many things happening in the world, and people would like to know with the fake news and all. So we're hoping one of the thing that we'd like to do is to create a platform, a forum, if I may, wherein only factual news, only factual information. And it will not, a lot of people are asking, is it only going to be all show business? No, it will be tackling or handling or discussing politics, especially with the Philippine election coming up in the next year, and also with the American government, what's happening with vaccination. And then we'll talk about also people from the Philippines, because especially with the information of the new normal in the Philippines, especially when it comes to going home. What's the procedure? Ano ba yung procedure on how to go home? Can Filipino citizen can still go home? Yung MECQ, ano ba yung curfew? We're all gonna touch that. It's supposed to be an hour show, but the generosity of the owner had said, if we go overtime, so be it. So we'll see how the discussion would go. So we're starting today this is our pilot, and then we already have a guest until I think July. And thank you guys. A lot of people who knew about this show already called me or Facebook me, messenger me, and they all want to jump in as guests. Maraming salamat. I am so touched and humbled by the gesture. And also for the sponsorships, I was hit already by people who would like to advertise on this show, and also for PHLV. Just to let you know po, as much as I would like to do that, I was telling the owner, let's have traction first. Tingnan muna natin how it would go. So at least para you get your value for your money. That's basically what it is. So this show is every Friday Pacific at 9 p.m. And then in Manila, it's going to be 12 noon. In the Philippines, Saturday. So as we're doing live now, it's being broadcast also in the Philippines right now. And you could watch us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon Fire channel of PHLB Radio. And very soon, We're gonna be on Roku as well. And then for those people naman who cannot watch it live, there's a live audio streaming available on PHLV radio app. If you have an iPhone, you could watch it. You could download the application through Apple Store, and if you have Android, you could use Google Play. And then for Alexa, all you have to do is just say, Alexa, play PHLB radio. Now, people are asking, what about Josh? Hindi namin mapanood because we're working. The time difference is kind of tough. No problem. You could watch the podcast edition on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and iTunes. And replays also. There's replay again on Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon Fire TV channel. So I think this is really a new beginning. That's why I was able to do this program, simply because the flexibility of the whole technology. I'm right now in my home in Los Angeles, and of course the station is Las Vegas, and then my guest will be in San Francisco. And this is possible now because of technology. And those are the things and topics that we're going to be talking as we progress. Okay? A couple of things. Maraming talaga salamat. I'm so excited kasi a lot of people have been texting, excited to watch the show. Maraming salamat po. I am talagang super touched, and you cannot imagine that the reception of the people. Dami ko palang friends. And maraming salamat. And then of course there's a lot of people to thank, and then we're being watched across, and I do not see here. There's a lot of people I'd like to mention. Firstly, to everyone who's been very supportive, and then also later, as we bring on our guest, I called her my first victim on this initial broadcast. So you'll hear more about her. I met her when she was 10 years old, and then now she's approaching 20. So that's how long this admirations, and she knows that I'm her number one fan. But I'll give you more information about that. And I saw her again for the first time after so many months, I think a year or so, and I was amazed on how she looked now. She has grown, but I will keep that a secret for now. And then those people in Kalibo, Aklan, hello po, maraming salamat po. I'm so touched and humbled. I'm trying to connect with my Facebook so I could give a shout out, because a lot of people are saying shout out naman dyan. So I'm trying. Okay. Now, okay, let's introduce our guest first, kasi I'm so excited na to chit-chat with her. That's why ginamit po namin yung pangalang Alam Mo Ba? Kasi yung mga personalities na iimbitahan ko or I'll invite, I will be asking questions na maybe you guys want to ask or are too afraid to ask. And hopefully by the end of the show, by the end of the broadcast, you'll know more about them. Maybe their aspirations or their challenges, their trials, their message, and hopefully it becomes inspiring. And yun naman talaga ang goal ng any entertainment program or any program for that matter, not only to entertain but also to inspire. Okay? Now, before we bring our guest, let me give you some introduction about her. She is or was a finalist of GMA Network's The Clash Season 1. And also, she is currently also a GMA talent and co-managed by a good friend of mine, Joy Guzman from San Francisco. She has appeared in several roles in GMA shows. And she is also an ambassadress of San Francisco Filipino Consulate in 2019. And she sang the theme song, Pinoy Ako, Proud Ako, jingle. And also, she made a lot of TV commercials in the Philippines as well as here in the US. Tapos, she is also an endorser of Abby Skin Clinic, it's Abby Skin Care Clinic, Thornton Dental, Bare Naked Body Sugaring Salon, and that's in Manila, in Taguig. One of the things that so impressive about her is I met, like what I said earlier, I met her when she was 10 years old. And then almost every year, every time that we have a show, we try to guest her, depending on her availability. And also, the most important thing that is so exciting, she's always being asked and invited to sing the national anthem, either the U.S. national anthem or the Philippine Lupang Hinirang. And she did that, yung U.S. national anthem, she did that twice at the Warriors game, back-to-back already in 2018 and 2019. And then also, she did naman the Filipino national anthem Lupang Hinirang during the Pagara versus Juarez boxing in 2016. And the biggest news right now that is happening would be May 9. On May 9, there will be a Laker game. And she'll talk to me about it, or we'll ask her more about it. And she will be singing a Filipino-American first. She would be singing the U.S. national anthem. And guys, just to let you know, it is not that easy to be invited, let alone to be asked to sing the U.S. national anthem. And as you know, kumbaga pataya na to, buwis buhay na. So that would be exciting. Also, I requested her to sing 2 songs for us. This young lady, the funny thing about it is she was born and raised in San Francisco. And what is amazing is she speaks perfect Tagalog. Kasi di ba may mga nag-migrate na rito 5-6 years already, and they claim they forgot the Filipino language. However, this young lady, born and raised in San Francisco, but you would hear her speak Tagalog perfectly. And then I asked her also to render 1 English songs and 1 Tagalog song. So that's something to watch, to watch for. Oh, without much further ado, let's bring in my special guest for tonight, Mika Gorospe. Hey, Mika. Oh my God, you're so pretty now. You're not 10 years old anymore. Can you hear me?
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you very well. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my God, where's the little Mika that I used to see all the time? The 10-year-old Mika. Oh my God, you're turning 20, right? In November?
Yes, in December. I'm turning 20.
In December, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I know you are living in Manila now because of your contract with GMA Network. Mm-hmm. So when did you fly back here in the States?
I came back to the States around June. So June, July, summertime. So it's almost been a year since I've been back. I was lucky enough to actually make it out of there because quarantine there was very strict in Manila. So I had to stay in the province for a while. I stayed with my lola.
Where's your province again, Mika? Mika?
I stayed in Isabela, so Pangasinan.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, and then when did you fly back to San Francisco?
To San Francisco, I believe it was June, July, or May. I'm not sure. I forgot. It's been so long.
2019 or 2020?
2020.
2020. Wow. When are you flying back to Manila?
I plan going back there when it's safe. Definitely.
Now, the question, did you get your vaccinations yet?
Oh, I did. I got both of my vaccines.
Congratulations. Very good. Very good. Yeah. That's at least like what I was telling people, because they keep asking me which is the best vaccination. What I told them is whatever is available.
True.
Whatever is available, because this is the time you don't need to be choosy or picky, because right now everybody needs to be protected, not only for ourselves but also for our family, for our friends. So when you arrive, so of course you're staying with your mom now, and I know Gail, you're watching. I know that Gail is the mom of Mika, and I know she's very supportive from day one.
True.
She's excited that you're back. How long did you stay in Manila, or you were away for a while?
I was
time you came back?
Yeah, I was away for a while. I was there for a couple years and I come back and forth for Christmas or my birthday, or if there's like any, family trip, I'd come back home to California.
Okay, and I know you celebrated your 18th birthday here, right? In San
Oh,
Francisco,
yes, I did. That was right before the pandemic. So
right?
luckily I got an 18th birthday. Yeah, it was very fun. I wore really big dresses. I felt like a princess.
Okay, now let's go back where it all started, right? Especially your
Mhm. Yeah.
journey to the Philippines. A lot of people have been texting and calling me because they want to be artista. They're from here,
Mhm.
from United States, or from anywhere in the world, and they want to be in the Philippines. They want to be an artista. I'd like to pick your brain because I would like to see how difficult is it. Difficult? It's easy. Walk us through the process. How did it
It's
come about that
definitely.
you became part of the
Yeah.
Clash season
Mhm.
one?
Yeah, so I feel like it's definitely a process. I mean, I started singing and performing when I was 9 years old,
Mhm.
and I got signed with GMA when I was 17. So it's definitely took a while. You have to just be willing to learn. Don't always be content. There's always something else that you should learn, especially when it comes to your talent. Even if you
Mhm.
think you're the best, you can still train to be even better than that. Because
Right.
there's always going to be, you have to keep in mind, there's always going to be someone who's going to be better than you. There's always going to be someone who can sing the higher notes. But, if you focus on yourself and you try to make yourself
Yeah.
better or improve from yourself, don't compare yourself to other people. Because that's definitely something I did when I was in the Philippines. There's a lot of other artists that are really good at what they do. But I take it as a way to challenge myself so that I can improve myself as well.
When you went to the Philippines though, were you fluent in Tagalog already?
No, I definitely was not. Um, naintindihan ko lang yung mga simple words,
Yeah.
like I would know what they're saying. They can't, talk bad about me. I'll know, but I can't say word. I couldn't speak it straight
So
at
did
all.
you? I know your mom has been teaching you while you were
Mm.
here, but when you were in Manila, did you take courses, or
I
did you
did
go set a
actually.
stone?
Yeah, I did. I did Rosetta Stone when I was here in the States. And then I also watched a bunch of teleseries so I can see how they use the Tagalog in context, on shows. And then when I was in the Philippines as well, GMA had Tagalog courses for me, like
Oh, okay.
workshops. Yeah, so that helped a lot. It was like going to school.
Okay. Now, when you were content or we are competing at the Clash, and I know you became good friends with Golden, right?
Oh, yes, Golden.
Yeah,
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 I
and
had to do that with
I
her.
don't know those people has not seen it. You could go to YouTube. They have a
Mhm.
duet, right? At
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time
we
you were
do.
paired together. That was
Mhm.
amazing. Are you still in contact with everybody from season one?
Yeah, yeah, we're all really close friends. I'm really close with the XOXO girls. I talk to Golden here and there. We're all friends on Facebook, Instagram. So social media and the internet is a great way to connect with everyone. So it's not like I'm far away from them. It feels like I'm still there.
I know technology really helped. Now,
Mhm.
when you were competing with the Clash, was it nerve wracking? Is it something that you would advise aspiring talents to go to that route? Because you went into competition, but you've been competing, like what you said earlier, while you were
Mhm.
still here in San Francisco or in the States. And I
Mhm.
know you've been seeing on all the majority of Filipino shows and fiestas across the country. So is that
Yeah.
the route you think it's a good route to take, or because of technology, is it better to do it with TikTok, YouTube? What do you advise, being that you're part of that millennial group?
I definitely think that, TikTok and YouTube, that's definitely a good way to start. You have to be really consistent, though. I feel like you have to post frequently. You have to listen to your audience and make sure your content is what they want to see. And I feel like joining a competition is also very difficult as well because you have to, you need to be better than everyone else. You have to make sure you're the best. So for me personally, I didn't really join a lot of competitions. I would join competitions here and there, But I don't really like it because it's not my first choice because it's really nerve-wracking. And it before, when I was younger, when I joined the singing competition, I forgot which one it was, but I would mess up my words, or I would my voice would crack or something like that because I'd just be so nervous. But it takes practice, definitely, and I feel like the Clash gave me that practice, to be under all that stress and nervousness to just sing on the
Mhm.
spot. Kasi ang lamig sa studio din, ang lamig-lamig doon, tsaka you have to like wait so long for your turn and you don't know when you're gonna go to. Yeah, it's very nerve-wracking, but that taught me a lot of lessons, and it made me better as a singer, I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of people are texting me now. Paki-check po o text kay Mika or ask Mika, yung songs ba na you guys perform in that show, did you handpick it or did you choose it or was it chosen for you?
Yeah, we actually had a book. They had a book of songs that you can pick from, and each week iba yung theme. So, pero kailangan OPM lahat para, so Philippines knows the song, so everyone knows the song. So it was more, they were more pushing towards OPM songs. So for me, it was definitely a struggle. I had to ask my mom, I had to ask my lola, I asked my manager. I said, "Oh, what should I sing? Like, I don't know. OPM down, di ko alam." And then they helped me.
Remember, I think when you first interviewed, that became big. It became like not a laughing stock, but it became part of your trademark. Kasi I think you were talking Tagalog and you said, "Oh, I'm gonna stay with my Lola."
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Yung pronunciation mo ng Lola, sinabi mo Lola.
I said Lola. Super
So ngayon, diretso na yung pagsalita mo ng Lola.
Definitely. Opo. Lola. Diba? Lola.
Marami tayong nanonood ngayon from, oh gosh, Alexander Francisco, hello. Roy Nick, this is Odes, hello. Carmis Ong, she's my cousin. Si Chai Perales.
Hi, Ate Chai!
Hi, yes.
Hi, Ate Chai!
Yeah, these are your group. Then also si Marky Entrodicho, he's watching from Qatar. Meron tayong Qatar audience. And then Josephine De La Torre from here, local. From, I think, Eagle Rock yan, or Glendale. Tapos, ito pa, mga tao mo. Jarisa Maralas Yude Badado. Hey, Mika daw. Or Uncle
Hey.
Okay. Oh, Therese, how are you, Therese? Missed you. Therese is from GMA. And then Matthew. Hello, Matthew. And then we'll continue more on that. Now, Mika, you recorded a song with GMA Records, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, but that's not the first record you recorded. What was the first song you ever recorded that was not released by GMA?
I actually had an EP, a little album for the Live to Give You Foundation, and I'm actually an ambassadress. So I made that when I think I was 12. So the first song that I actually recorded is this song called Someday. And I'm not sure if it's on iTunes or anything. I think it's on iTunes still. I'm pretty sure it was on iTunes and Spotify, I believe. And that I had 5 songs. So I had a song called Someday, Echoes in Heaven, and then I had a Tagalog song called Pangarap. And that was actually written by my voice teacher. Her name is Pamela Serrano. She's the one who taught me how to sing. When I was 9 years old, she was my voice teacher until I had to go to the Philippines. So.
Wow. What about, Mahal Paalam Na, that was released in 2019 under GMA Records.
Yeah.
And I know you did a MTV on that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still playing? I mean, you have it on your, it's on iTunes, right?
Yes, it's on iTunes as well as Spotify, and it is on YouTube as well, and it's on GMA Music's YouTube page.
Oh, okay. Now let's talk about this thing happening on May 9th.
Oh, yes,
how did that come about? Let's talk about first the Warriors, because you're from San Francisco. I know you did the U.S. national anthem twice, right?
Yes.
How did that come about? Because a lot of aspiring talents would like to know did you apply for that? You were handpicked? Were you selected? Do you know anybody there? Walk me to the process on that particular Warriors, because once is great, twice is wonderful.
Yeah, so I remember when I sang for the Warriors, I sent a video. My manager asked me, my Tita Joy, she asked me to record myself and sing the national anthem. And then she said she was going to send it so I can be picked or selected. And then luckily I was selected. And then I was so happy. I was so excited because that's the first time I got to sing at a really big event for a national anthem at a basketball game. Because normally I'd sing at Stanford, or I would sing like for baseball games, and that's what I would typically do. But a basketball game, I've never done that. So that was very fun. That was very like exciting. And then for the second time when I sang, I believe they just asked me again if I wanted to sing. I think it was the same contact that picked me. They're like, oh, can we come in again? I was like, yeah, I could come for the Warriors. Yeah.
But now this one for May 9th, Lakers.
Yeah, for May 9th.
Come about?
No, I was very surprised as well because I got my Tita Joy, my manager, so she told me, and then they said that they contacted her and they're asking for me to sing for them. And I was like, wow, okay, so I have to send a video. At first, I had to send a video, and sinabi nila they're gonna play it daw sa, sa malaking screen.
Yeah.
And then, kasi COVID, so like it made sense. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'll just make a video and sing, and then we'll just play it. But then after they received my video, they actually emailed me back and they're like, oh, is it possible if Mika can come down to LA and actually sing it live in person, as long as she's vaccinated, it's going to be all good. And I was like, whoa, like I want to sing at the Staples Center. Wow. That's so great.
Wow. So is that, I know it's a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah,
so,
it definitely is.
Because remember, unlike the Philippine Lupang Hinirang, the national anthem of the Philippines, there's a way of singing it. You cannot really play with it because or else one of the historical organization will be on your tail, because it's supposed to be a marching song for the Philippine Lupang Hinirang national anthem, right? Now, but for the US national anthem, technically you could play with it. So are we going to be surprised? Are you going to go beat it about it? Because remember, they go crazy on this one.
And
it's really, really, really a taxing. At the same time, it's not an easy song to sing.
It's definitely not. It goes up and down and all around. Ang daming parts na mataas, then kailangan mababa. It's definitely nerve-wracking. I haven't sang the national anthem in a while, so I've been practicing a lot.
And this is May 9th, right? When are you coming down to Los Angeles?
I believe I'm going to leave on Saturday night. And then I also heard that Disneyland is open.
Yes.
So we're planning to go there as well, but it's only 25% capacity, so I'm pretty sure it'll be fine.
Okay, since we're talking about songs, I requested you to sing 2 songs for us, but what we're going to do is we're going to do the English songs first, so at least they would know. I mean, I'm not going to ask you to sing the U.S. national anthem. No, not today. But I'd like you to sing that special song that you would be singing on regarding, because I don't know this song. And I already told you, but I think millennials would love this. Yeah. And I heard you practicing earlier. And without much further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mika Gorospe.
Kiss me something, it's the sweetest thing, ooh. And it don't change. If I had it my way, you would know that you are. Oh, you're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give it up to me? Give it all. Oh, I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, oh, you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh, it's a sunrise and those brown eyes. Yes, you're the one that I desire. When we wake up and then we make love, it makes me feel so nice. You're my water when I'm stuck in the desert. You're the Tylenol I take when my head hurts. You're the sunshine of my life. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, oh, you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh, best part. Thank you.
Wow! Grabe, Mika. I am so amazed on how you have grown from the 10-year-old that I got to meet and how you are now. It's amazing. I'm at a loss of words.
Wow.
Hey, by the way, I heard. Yeah, I know. You're so pretty now. I mean, you're pretty before, cute pretty, but now you're pretty.
Thank
Now,
you.
a lot of people are texting me. People are texting me. Now that you're turning 20 in December, will you be accepting kind of young adult roles for GMA?
Yeah, that's
Are you
definitely
open to
something.
that?
That's what I was thinking about too, because I'm already turning 20. Parang ang bilis na. Parang kahapon lang, 17 lang ako, 20 na. Ang bilis, di ba?
Yeah. Mahabol ka na sa age. Bukas
I
makalawa,
know.
abutan mo na ako.
Only 21! Oh, di ba?
Right. Hey, I heard also you're going to school. You're a freshman in college.
Yes, I am
True?
a freshman in college, yes. I'm studying biology. It's very difficult.
I know where that's going. Are you going to be a doctor?
Yeah, a doctor. I want to be a doctor.
So
that's definitely something.
You're doing it where? Here in San Francisco, right?
Yes, I am currently enrolled to Cal State LA, so it's in Los Angeles. But since it's COVID, I can't go on campus or anything, so it's just all online.
Okay. Oh, okay. So when you go back to Manila, is this still something that you're gonna be doing? You're gonna go to enroll in a school there, a medical school or a university, so you could continue?
Yeah, it's definitely for school. I really want to continue doing it. I don't want to have a gap year and stop. More of because I'd like to finish because it takes so long to be a doctor. More 12 years, 8 years, even more than that, depending on what you want to do. So it's definitely something I want to finish right away. And if I take a gap year, it might take longer. But with going to Manila and having my career there as well, I'll try to find ways so I can manage my time so I can do both. So.
Well, the good thing is you are with a network that's very supportive of people or their artists going to school.
Yes, they definitely are.
Yeah, GMA has a lot of artistas who are college graduate. and hopefully one of these days they'll talk about it. Like I know some of them, they're big stars and they still went back to college.
Yes.
And some who already graduated from college, they took their masters while they're still in school.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. I wonder how they manage their time. That's a lot.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that's why you guys are blessed that this particular network is really focused on not only on your career but also for your personal goals to finish your education. Mm-hmm. Now, my question to you is, what are things that we don't know about you yet, that never been asked? Like, how's Mika? Aside from your what we know of you, what is that one thing, or maybe two things that we don't know anything about? Never been written in the press.
Well,
I know you're not Maldita. Never been a Maldita.
I know. I think ever since quarantine started, everyone found their own little hobbies so they can keep themselves occupied, para hindi mabaliw sa bahay, diba? Something that I don't think a lot of people know is that I really love plants. Like, I had a green thumb when I was in the beginning of quarantine. I'd buy a bunch of little plants, air purifying plants, succulents, like little cactuses, and I'd paint the pots, yung mga lagayan. I would paint them so they're all nice and they all match. So that's definitely something that I did when I was in quarantine. I was just a gardener.
Oh my God! You know what? If you're in Manila, they would call you plantita.
Plantita, yeah.
If you're into plants and you're into hobby, you're going to be called plantita. If you're a boy or a man, plantito. You're going to be plantito.
Yeah.
And I think that's the new thing now, especially during the quarantine. And you're right. People really, they kind of like go into hobbies like plants and crochets and stuff like that. Okay. Then how's mom? How's your mom? Is she excited that you're here?
Of course she is. She's so supportive. She's a frontline worker. Mommy's a frontline worker. Yay. So she's always working. So even throughout the pandemic.
That's kind of scary though. That's kind of scary to be a frontliner. But definitely thank you, Gail. Thank you, Gail, because you guys are the heroes. All the frontliners, the nurses, LVNs, security guards, restaurateur, workers. I mean, they are really deserving of all the accolades and all the congratulations or the thank yous, because without them, it would have been so difficult. At least here in the States, we're lucky because with the new administration, the goal is for May 1st. To have everybody, at least today, like if you want to be vaccinated, it's ready available. Unlike in some countries, including the Philippines, they're still waiting. We have friends, and I know you have friends too, who are in the same scenario whereby they want to have their vaccination, but it's not readily available. And I know the government, the Duterte administration, they're trying to do their best. It's just like, of course, just like anything else in the world, you just need to be patient, and we need to pray a lot that eventually this pandemic can just go away and be part of our past. Kasi grabe talaga. There's so many things. Anyway, before we continue, a lot of people are saying hello. So Mary Guzman, that's Joy.
Hello.
You're so pretty now. And of course your mom, Gail. And then Timmy, hello. How are you? Watching from Quezon City. And then I have more people here. Oh, we have people from Kalibo, Aklan.
Wow, where's that? Is that the Philippines?
That's Philippines. We have people watching all over the place.
Never
we have
heard
Qatar.
That
we have
one.
Yeah, it's Kalibo. Kalibo is if you're going to Boracay, you go to Kalibo. Either you go to Katiklan or you go to Kalibo. And it's a place to see. And they this wonderful school. It's Wade Ford. And now the good thing about this, well, it's not a good thing, but it opens door for people who wants to go to school from preschool to grade 12. Now they're offering this particular Wade Ford. You could enroll, which is so interesting. I didn't even know that. You can enroll online.
Oh,
Imagine
wow.
the school is in Calibo, but you
Mhm.
could be, say, in Laguna or Batangas.
But you could
It's
still go there.
amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you
It's like
should
how
go
I'm
visit.
doing
I'll invite
school.
some friends. Huh?
It's like how I'm doing
What now?
school, you know? It's like how I'm doing school.
Yeah.
I'm in the Bay Area, but I'm enrolled in LA.
Isn't it wonderful? Isn't
Yeah,
it
that is. It's
wonderful?
so good.
And of course, they just need to call, and it's Wait for it, and we'll in the succeeding shows we're gonna tackle more about that, because there's a lot of information now it's being given to us. That so many things happening now that I think, with the pantry, with the community pantry, with all the controversies. At the end of the day, people just want to help people. And I think the bayanihan spirit, wag lang, just remove the politics of it. I think it's a good thing that people are helping people. Just
Yeah.
remove the politics of it, because right now, in my mind, the politics, let's put that aside. Election year is next year. It's not how it is, but we just need to pray harder. I think that's what is needed. Now, personally, Nika, I know you have a sibling, you have a brother, right?
Yes. I have a little brother.
So I know he missed you a lot because you were back in Manila.
Mhm.
So how is that? I mean, how is he adjusting for Ate to be here?
Yeah, that's definitely when I got back, we definitely got a lot closer. He's my best friend. He's the only one I talk to. Like we just got each other. He takes all my pictures. Di ba kung magpo-post ako sa Instagram, sabi ko, picture naman, please. And he's like, no, ate, like, I don't want to take pictures of you. Too many. You don't even post them. Because sometimes, I want him to take pictures, but sometimes they're not that good. So I keep them to myself. Like, you don't even post them. What's the point of me taking pictures of you? And I'm like, yeah, so it's fun. Come on. So I could dress up. You could take pictures of me. He's like my little, even though he acts like he doesn't like doing it, he likes taking pictures.
Really? Is he singing too? Can he sing?
He does. He sings. He does sing. He has a favorite song, and I make him sing it all the time. And then I think it's "Fly Me to the Moon." He sings "Fly Me to the Moon" all the time.
Is that right?
Yeah,
that's an old soul song.
That is a song.
Sinatra.
Yeah. No, my dad makes him sing it, and he sings it pretty good.
No, you're singing. Did you get it? Did you inherit it from mom or from dad or both?
I got it from my Lola.
Really?
Oh, Lola. Yes, my mom's mom.
Okay.
So she was actually a voice teacher back in her day. So I did not know that. Yeah, I didn't know that she sang. And then I found out that the rest of the family, like her side of the family, a lot of people can sing. When I was in the Philippines, and when you don't know about your other relatives in the Philippines, because I'm not aware. But then I met everyone. I'm like, everyone's singing karaoke. They're all so good. I'm like, wow. I think this is where I got it from. Yeah.
In Isabela. So who's from Isabela? Is it mom or is it dad?
My mom.
Okay, and your dad is from where?
My dad is from Sison, Pangasinan. So Pangasinan, same thing. But I believe it's further from Isabela. I think Isabela is further than Sison.
I think so. Yeah, because I think Pangasinan, with the new development, it's easier to go. But I have never been to Isabela yet.
When I went Isabela, I went there. It really felt like the farm life. I felt like Cinderella. I had all the chickens around me, a bunch of I think cows, or what are they called again? I forgot.
Kambing.
Kalabaw.
Okay.
Kalabaw.
Kalabaw is the national animal of the Philippines.
Yes, I saw 2 of them, and they're humongous. They're huge. And then also when I was in the province, I had my car there because we had to drive there. So I practiced driving in the province.
Yeah, that's my question. My next question to you: will you drive now? Because I know before,
yes, I do.
Your dad will always drive you all over the place, and your manager Joy will take you all over the place. But now you do drive. You get your California license.
Yes, I do. I got my license when I first got here from quarantine. I think I got it in July. So I took the test. Like everyone else, I had my permit test. Then I took the actual driver's test. It was weird too, because when we had to do it, it was during COVID, so we had to leave all the windows down when we're driving, so it's not so the air is circulated.
Well, are you following rules, and would you be driving in the Philippines?
Driving in the Philippines, I think I can do it. I feel like. Yeah, because I would watch, people drive in the Philippines, and yes, it is crazy, but you're not really going you're not going far. So it's not like they're going to go super fast. I feel like here in America, everyone goes really fast. So when I'm driving, I have to make sure na walang tao sa tabi ko, or, like if they're changing lanes and stuff. Pero sa Pilipinas, parang walang lane change doon. Parang diretso lang. Then stop all the time. We're always stopping because traffic.
But what about the swerving from left to right, right to left,
swerving?
And then from the farthest left to the farthest right and back?
No, true. Honestly, I think I can drive there. Ang lakas talaga ng loob ko. I think I can drive there. You just need to be certain with your moves. When you change lanes, and people there don't signal too. People don't signal there. I forgot.
And one thing that for sure you will not miss is the honking. Remember?
Oh yes, definitely.
Here we don't use our horn.
No, here people
in
don't
the Philippines.
That's how
we
like
don't.
move. Yeah, because here it's considered rude.
That's still a mistake.
Yeah, here it's considered rude if you honk, but there it's just a way to tell them, oh, you should go now, or move a little bit,
So how much do you miss the Philippines?
I definitely do miss the Philippines. Everyone there is very happy and all. But I remember when it was quarantine, it was very different. It's very quiet. There's no one there. It's scary. But it's like a movie, like a zombie movie.
Yeah.
Diba kapag stranded, walang tao? Nakakatakot. Kasi walang tao.
And where did you stay? What part of the Philippines did you stay aside from Isabela? When you were you in Quezon City or were you in Manila?
I lived in, because work would be in Quezon City when I go to work, but I live in Taguig. So I live south.
Wow.
Yeah, I live south. Yeah, definitely. Every time kung yung call time ko is 1, I have to leave at 10, 11, maybe 10 o'clock is when I would leave and go over there. Because
now, when you stay in Taguig, are you staying with Lola? Because you mentioned earlier that Lola stays in Isabela.
Yes.
Who's taking care of you, or were you on your own?
Technically, I was on my own, but I'm with my Ate Chai. I think she's watching. Hi, Ate Chai.
Yeah, she's saying hi from the Philippines. Si Chai.
Yes, Ate Chai. She stays
we have
with
more people here. We have Jay. Hi, Jay. Mayor from Calibo Aklan as well. And there's more people here. Of course, Ate Jenko is saying hello. And then, of course, Lloyd, one of my inaanak. Grabe, dami ko inaanak ah. Parang tatakot na yan. Then Louis Roa daw, shout out daw, Mika, shout out. Louis Roa.
Hello, Louis Roa.
And then I have Ming Ning, Ineng. That's Maria Leonora Ombotic. And then I have Gloria Antonio. Hi, Mika, love daw.
Oh, that's my Lola. That's my Lola.
Lola.
Hi.
Gloria Antonio.
Hi, Mama.
I'm happy to see you.
Oh, I'm happy to see you.
Si Mama, si Lola.
I cannot see you.
Mm-mm.
I miss you, Mama. Hello. She used to always cook good food for me. I would eat. Do you know what kubay is? Kubay?
No. Is that something native of from Isabela?
I don't know. I think so, because my Lolo would grow it for me, and then every day I'd ask for it, and then they make it into like a salad for me. It's yummy.
Really? Is it vegetables?
It's just vegetables. Yeah, I really like vegetables. I'm a gulay girl.
You're a gulay girl.
I love vegetables. So when I was there, my grandma, my Lolo actually, he has a garden.
Wow.
So, yeah, just a bunch of vegetables.
Yeah, I know. Those are the things we missed in the Philippines. Here, you have to go to a grocery or, a Filipino place, Filipino store to buy those. And most of them, they're not fresh. And some of them, they're frozen. Those are the things that people here, we took for granted. But when you come visit the Philippines, for that matter, there's so much to see, and it's really more fun in the Philippines. I miss Philippines as well. More people saying hello. Oh, shout out from Calibo. We're shout out from Joey from Joey is my mom's driver.
Hello.
I guess the whole household watching. And then Des Santos from Quezon City. Happy to see you all, and welcome, Mika. Now, Mika, since Lola Gloria is watching, I think it is important that since Mother's Day is around the corner, I think that song, you could dedicate that not only to mom, but especially to Lola. And,
Lola.
Yeah, Lola.
Lola.
Okay. I know you're gonna be singing a Filipino song. You want to give the intro on that? Why did you choose this song? Why this particular song?
Yeah, I
it's
chose
in Tagalog, so you're gonna be judged again.
Yeah. No, I chose this song because when I sang it, when I first came to the Philippines, I had a show. I forgot what the place was, but it was my first show. And then I sang this song and everyone liked it. Like everyone was making noise and everyone liked how I talked Tagalog. It sounded like I can speak it straight. That was when I first got there. And they're like, oh, she's probably fluent. And I'm like, nope, I just can sing.
Pero there's one song before that you're singing but you didn't understand, di ba? Yung parang yung Tagalog song, yeah, you were singing that, pero you didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, I think I was blind. It was Ikaw.
Ikaw. You're so young too. Tapos Ikaw, yeah. Diba? So now you know na. Now you understand the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's because super deep.
Really, yeah.
Deep Tagalog.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna ask you to do to give us your next song. And what's the title of the song, Mika?
It's called Muli.
Muli. Yeah. So again, like again. A return. Yeah. Okay, again, ladies and gentlemen, with so much pride, I'm giving you Mika Gorospe.
Araw-gabi, bakit naaalala ka? Di ko malimot-limutan sa ating ay nagtaan. Kung nagtatampo ka ng kailangan bang ganyan? Dinggin ang dahilan at ako ang pagbigyan. Kailangan ko ang tunay na pag-ibig mo dahil tanging ikaw lamang tintig ng puso ko. Hayaan mo bang nang maging ganon na lang? Ang isa't isa'y mayroong pagdaramdam. Bakit ipapigyan muli ang ating pagmamahalan? Kung mawawala ay di ba't sayang naman? Lumipas natin di na ba kailanman? Akong nagkamali sa'yo, patawan ang pagsamo ko. Tayo na ulitin ang pag-ibig natin. Muli ikaw lang na ako. Kailangan ko ang tunay na pag-ibig mo dahil tanging ikaw lamang tindig ng puso ko. Hayaan mo bang nang maging ganon na lang? Ang isa't isa'y mayroong pagdaramdam. Bakit kaya pagbigyan muli ang ating pagmamahalan? Kung mawawala ay di ba't sayang naman? Lumipas na hindi na ba't may dala? Akong nagkamali sa'yo, pagkawalan ang pagsamo ko. Ayaw na ulitin ang pag-ibig natin. Hindi ikaw lang at ako. Lipas natin tila ba sa ibang lang ako nagkamali sa'yo. Patawad ang pagsamo ko, ayaw na ulitin ang pag-ibig natin. Ikaw lang nga ako, ikaw lang nga. Thank you.
Wow, Mika, congratulations. That was so beautiful. Parang natural born speaker ng Tagalog. Grabe ka.
Oh, di ba?
Ikaw na talaga. Wala na yung accent, wala nang twang.
Oh, di ba? Wala. Kanta
Wala
lang.
na. Pwede na talaga. Pwede ng teleserye na. Full blown teleserye na talaga. Oh, marami pa. Oh, even my mom. My
Hello!
mom watching now. Yeah, si Cha was telling me, your mom is watching. Oh, Mom, happy Mother's Day.
Happy
Tapos,
Mother's Day.
people from Laguna, Makoy, Marcos, and Tradichos watching. Hello daw. And
Hello.
then, who else? Kuya Marlon is watching.
Hello.
Yeah, Kuya Marlon. Kuya Marlon, thank you for being supportive. And also, Conjen, the former Conjen of Los Angeles, Conjen Adel Cruz is watching also. He's back in Manila and he's part of the Department of Foreign Affairs now, and also the lovely wife, Catherine or Kathy.
They're watching us.
They're all texting me, and I have a lot of text here going on. So to everybody, again, this is a pilot show, and the good thing with the owner, Johan, was telling me, okay lang itong show natin, although it's really for 1 hour. But kung kailangan mag-extend, and that's the beauty of this PHLV. A lot of people just texting me, ano ba yung PHLV? Ang simple. PH is Philippines. LV is Las Vegas. So I'm not in Las Vegas, I'm in Los Angeles. And Mika is in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So that's technology for you guys. Now, a couple of housekeeping lang, well, not housekeeping, but information. The curfew now in Manila is now from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So na-adjust. So at least, and then I think some of the restaurants now are opening at least 10% capacity. So slowly, the administration is trying to do their best to open and to help the economy to go back. Now, Mika, what are the challenges for the millennials? I'm curious. I want to know, ano yung pinoproblema ng millennials? I wanted to say I'm part of the millennial group, but I'm not. So what makes you guys excited nowadays?
I think for me, I like TikTok. TikTok is really fun. You
have a TikTok account?
I do have a TikTok account, but I haven't been making
TikTok account.
It's hard. It's Mika ha 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 ha.
So how can they follow you?
It's on my Facebook. I have a link in the
And what's your Facebook page?
My Facebook is Mika Gorospe. You guys can follow me on there, as well as my Instagram and YouTube, Twitter. It's all Mika Gorospe.
Okay, your Instagram is what?
Mika Gorospe. Everything's just Mika Gorospe.
Okay, that's what I have too. I mean,
yeah.
Proud of our names. Make it easy. Except for TikTok. It's unbelievable. Why would you?
No, I made it so I could be hip, so it's fun. I'm making Mika ha ha ha.
It's difficult to follow you though.
Yeah, I haven't made like an official one. I kind of just use that account to just watch TikToks. I don't really make them as much as I used to.
From TikTok, what is exciting? What's so exciting? What as a millennial, what's exciting you? Like I know TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, since not a lot of things are open right now, and honestly, all I do is school. I guess what excites me, like I don't know if it's for the millennials, but if I get a good grade on something, that makes me really happy. I went schoolgirl mode, scholar girl mode.
Well, you've always been good in school, though. I remember that. Even though you were singing here and there, you've always been good in school. I remember that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I really
You
rest.
never stopped. I think you only stopped because you went to the Philippines and you kind of like trying to be grounded
Yeah.
and get acclimated with the Filipino way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so glad you're back in school and you're back here in the family. So who's taking care of Lola in Manila? Is she in Isabela?
Isabella, yeah, she's on her. She's there. She's living. She's with my Lolo as well. You know, she's very strong. She
Okay.
looks very young. You know, because it's all the vegetables and you know the food in the province, just very healthy. My Lolo is very strong, and my Lolo as well. So,
What are the three things that you miss about the Philippines, Mika?
I really miss the province. I feel like the province was a very good experience for me because I was very much, you know, Manila city girl. All
Mm-hmm.
I did was I lived in Taguig as well, you know, so I lived near BGC. I lived near a lot of the good restaurants. So when I was there, I would just, you know, I would go out by myself. I think that's something I miss, like going out by myself to get some food,
Mm-hmm.
not with a bunch of people. I like being with myself. It felt empowering. I felt like a big girl.
Oh, that's one. You miss the
Yeah,
province. You
I miss
have
the
two more.
province.
What else?
I miss the province. I miss the walking around at nighttime in BGC. That's very fun. You could see there's a bunch of cats there. I miss the gig. I miss the gig. I also I miss my friends there. My friends and they're also artists in GMA. I miss going to workshops. That was always fun. I would have dance workshops, acting workshops, Tagalog workshops, ang daming workshops, puro workshops.
Well, it kind of adds up and those are good exposure for
Mm-hmm.
you to be the bigger, better actress that
Mm-hmm.
and singer that
Yeah.
Which one do you like best, singing or acting?
Personally, I mean, both of them have their own pros and cons. I think for acting, the only thing that I do struggle with, although I've gotten a lot better with my Tagalog, it's still hard when you know, because I'm not really for acting, it's something I had to learn. I think for singing, it's just something I grew up with. So I was still getting used to the acting skills that I was taught in the workshop, but then I had to think about my Tagalog then. So
Mm-hmm.
it was very difficult for me, but I did manage to get a few guestings. I was on the show The Dragon Lady on
Yes.
GMA, as well as The Gift.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was on Pepito Manoloto, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time. I don't remember now. But
Right.
yeah, that's those little roles that I did. I was always someone's friend, or you know, simple lang yung mga linya ko, pero I would still have a little bit of a hard time because it's Tagalog, and you know, it's nerve-wracking when you have to like, because if you make a mistake, everyone else has to restart, and it takes a big production to make those teleseries. So you really have to don't waste people's time. You have to be on the spot, and you got to do good.
Well, and also, if you think about it, when you were doing those teleseries, you were so young. So it's
I
gonna be
was.
kasi, di ba,
Was.
you're less than 18.
Yeah,
So
true.
ang hirap kumuha ng role na hindi pwedeng sexy, hindi pwedeng mature because you're underage.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be interesting when you go back. Kasi now you're Tagalog, no twang na. Wala nang twang.
Yeah, definitely.
Pwede ka nang sampal-sampalin.
True. I want to do that's a character I want to do. When I was in acting workshops, I mainly picked yung mga scenes where I'm the mean girl.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can be really.
Yung mga projects mo, lagi kang yung maldita di ba?
Yeah, that's what I noticed too.
Yeah, that's why I told your manager, Joy, magaling ka umarte kasi hindi ka naman maldita in
No, no, yeah, that's why.
Hindi ka, di ba?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a goody-goody two shoes, you know.
Yeah, I think the reason why then I get casted as the maldita is because English. So I feel like the English is associated with, you know, being mean. They're like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, diba? Parang mean girl na.
Oh, more people to say hello to, Mika. From Jessa De Chavez. From Liliw Laguna. Si Jojo rin. Buen dia. Liliw Laguna. Hello po. Tapos, ang dami Si June and Roxanne, they're watching.
Wow, hello.
Oh, yan, mga ano natin yan, tropa natin here. Then Gina Marcos from Banay-Banay, Laguna. Dami Dami nila, ang dami. Puno-puno ng ano natin, yung
Thank you
box
for
natin.
watching.
Now, yung clothes daw, there's a question here. Where do you get your clothes? Do you get it from BGC, or your mom is sending it to you?
Oh, so it depends. I go to the
As
mall a lot.
They call you a passionista.
Thanks. Yeah, no, for clothes, my mom does send me a lot of clothes. Like she'd send balikbayan boxes of clothes.
Yeah.
And she'd get me shoes and stuff like that. But when I'm there in the Philippines, the stores that I do check, I would check Forever 21 because I feel like in America, the Forever 21 here is very different from Asia in Philippines. It's more, I feel like the clothing is different at different styles. And I would also shop at Zara. That's also a store there in the, I think pretty sure Zara. Yeah, Zara. And then that's pretty much it. That's the only stores that I would shop at. And mostly it's just my mom. It's so my mom. My mom's a fashionista.
Yeah, the GMA put you on a kind of like fashion, how to dress.
Yeah, I had a workshop about how to dress for the occasion, but yeah, we had to bring a bunch of clothes and then they would teach us how to style it and stuff like that. And I also, for when I have shows, I do have a stylist. So he was my stylist when I was on the Clash. His name is Jello Cristobal. So Kuya Jello. And he picked me to start because the stylist got to pick the contestants. When there was 64 of us, they were able to pick and choose who they want to style. So he picked me. He called me the California girl. He's like, I want the California girl. Kasi diba dati, my hair is blonde. So it wasn't really hard to miss me. I'm the blonde girl right there. So he picked me. And then ever since then, he was the one who's been styling me for Studio 7, the Clash, some of my guestings. And also for when I had my benefit concert on my birthday, he's the one who styled me. He made like custom pieces for me. He has good vision. And it's more of, you have to, I would tell him what I want or like a peg that I have in mind. And then he'd just work his magic. He's so great.
Okay, you need to say to Nick Guzman, Kuya Nick, say hello, and then
hello.
Okay, then people from Cracker Jack says, watching you guys from Las Vegas. This is fun. Thank you po. Among the songs that you learned, Tagalog songs, which one is your favorite?
My favorite Tagalog song?
Or which is your favorite and which one that you learned but it was the hardest?
Oh, I have one. It's by Morissette Amon. And her voice is super high.
Yeah.
She sings, but her song is, I think it's Ikaw Ay Ako. That's the one. It's very high. I have a video on it on YouTube. I sang it. So that's my favorite song.
Was that the hardest too?
It's very hard. The key changes. She does a lot of beats, and then the key goes up and down and all around. But it's a very beautiful song. I really like that song. Ikaw Ay Ako.
Ikaw Ay Ako. We should. I'll check that out. Now, given
Doble Clara. That's
what song describe where you are right now? Your state. Ngayon, yung where you are. Your favorite song na yung minister to you.
Oh, my favorite song, right? Well, my favorite song of all time is this song. I don't know if you know it. It's called "I Want You Around" by Snow Allegra.
I think I heard of that.
It's a very pretty song.
Wow.
It's very pretty. I like when I first heard it, I was like, wow, this is a very pretty song, and the words are really pretty. And I was inspired to actually it wanted me to write songs because it's so beautiful. Like the words, it just sounded like a poem, and I really liked it. That's my favorite song. "I Want You Around" by Snow Allegra. It's very pretty.
Now, do you still remember your Pinoy Ako, Proud Ako? Do you still remember that?
I remember the chorus because it's the title.
Can you please tell her to sing Pinoy Ako, Proud Ako? Definitely, this is from San Francisco. Just do a cappella of that. Put you on the spot.
Yeah, it goes like Pinoy ako, proud ako. Oh no, wait, no. Pinoy ako, taas noo.
Oh, that's good enough.
Yeah. It's on YouTube.
There.
It's on YouTube. It's there.
Yeah.
It's all there. I have a video. I made a special video for that.
And I know the former Congen Ben versus Ben Surto will be so proud of you.
Yeah, I sang it there actually. I sang it when they had an event and he invited me to sing.
Yeah. So what else is happening with Mika? So are you ready to go back to the Philippines is the plan is for you to go back right after when it becomes safe? Because right now we're not allowed. Well, we are advised by the Philippine American government not to travel because of the rising incident or number of COVID in the Philippines. So was there any timetable like as soon as the environment or situation improved, then you'll fly back to Manila? Is that the plan? Or are you gonna wait?
I'm not sure what the plan is right now, but all I know is that I will go back when it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's not advised to go there, because I know the vaccine is not accessible to most people there. I guess whatever happens.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Yeah. What nowadays, aside of course the sad pandemic that we have, what excites you in the morning, Mika?
The morning?
Yeah, like you wake up in the morning, you're so excited to get up. What's exciting Mika this time?
To get coffee. Yeah, no, really, I like coffee and matcha. There's really not much to do here. That's why it's the simple things that make me happy. Like being able to go out and get me a coffee or going out to go get, a cool boba drink.
And then you still watch some of the shows of the network, right? I would assume you do.
Mm-hmm. I saw that they have a lot of recent teleseries now. I see a lot of my friends are a part of it.
What have you seen? Do you know the title?
I saw My Heart. Say that again?
Which one? Which show have you seen?
I saw. It's with Julie Ann. It's
Heart something.
Heartful Cafe. Yes. My friend Zonia.
With that guy Lau Chao.
Yes. So my friend Zonia, she's on there. I had acting workshops with her. I had 3 acting workshops with her. So I was really happy to see her on there. She's like her Julianne's best friend on that show, or one of her friends, a part of the cafe. So I was like, wow, good for her.
Who's your best friend in show business? Or do you have one? Or are they just acquainted? Who are you most closest to?
I'm most closest to Psalms David. He was on The Clash as well. I'm always with him. He's really good at taking pictures. So when we're bored, we would have photo shoots, random photo shoots. And my other best friend in showbiz is Danielle Ozaraga. She's the one who she's actually the one who eliminated me. I went against her. I went against her on The Clash and she beat me. But she's my best friend. So yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, little competition.
Yeah. No, at the time during the competition, we weren't as close. But after it, we were super close because, we had so many shows together. She'd help me do my makeup, my hair. Yeah, she's very ate.
Well, I always remember you putting your own, you're pretty self-managed.
Yes, that's what I was taught. You have to know how to do it.
Hair, you do your makeup all the time, even when you were here.
Mm-hmm.
So which one, what is the one thing that you really missed now that we have the pandemic? Is it, aside from coffee and going out?
Yeah. Something that I miss before I feel like just going out and seeing a bunch of people. I feel like meeting new people. Like, if you go to the mall, go out with your friends, like those type of things, you can't really do that now.
Well, there's one question I don't know whether I should ask you. Now that you're 20, are you allowed to have a special friend, a male special friend? Sorry, just asked. He's interested.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, did you ask mom?
Yeah.
Are you
Yes.
sure?
Yeah, I did. I did ask mommy. As
Okay.
long as I finish school and,
very good.
I put myself first, just don't forget about my goals and all that, then there's nothing wrong with having a little inspiration along the way.
Okay. Do you have any advice to the millennials?
Advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you want to be in the Philippines, like that type of advice.
Yeah.
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 Well, when I went to the Philippines, you feel like that you have so many people to please, but it goes to a point where you need to make sure that you're grounded yourself, and if you know that you're good at what you do and you're willing to learn, just always believe in yourself. That's something that I had to always tell myself, that you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna fall. And there are times where I fell. It's hard in the Philippines. It's hard in showbiz. But you have to learn how to pick yourself up and to just listen to other people, what they have to say, and use that to better yourself. And always just never give up.
Now, well, how do you handle the bashers? There's a lot of negativity, especially. Do you read them? Do you even pay attention? Because there's, especially now with the internet age, I mean, damn if you do and damn if you don't. So how do you handle that? Or you don't even care?
Honestly, I don't care. I don't read it. I really don't. I don't care. Like, I don't read it. I don't read the stuff that's negative. Most of the things I see is just positive. But if I were to stumble across a negative comment, I really just don't let it get to. I'll read it. Sure. Maybe I'll laugh at it too. Like, I laugh at myself. I'm secure with myself enough to laugh at myself. So, kung ibabash nyo ako, okay.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it, I think, because
Yeah.
like I was telling people, I was because aside from this, Mika, next week we're gonna start another show. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's not your time. Just for everybody, and we got already lots of mails and emails. We're having another show. This particular show, alam mo ba, is on Fridays, right? At 9 o'clock now, and then it's Saturday in the Philippines at 12. And then we have a show together with Ate Jenko. It's gonna be Dear Ate Jen and Kuya Josh. And the format of that is like, it's a letter sender na may mga problem. It could be love, it could be a relationship, it could be job, it could be medical, it could be legal, it could be immigration. And what we'll do is we'll read it on air. Of course, it's gonna be anonymous, yung hindi namin papakalanan. At the same time, we'll make advice. I'll be doing the male take on it, on whatever the issue is, and then Ate Jenko will do the female. And then I was telling people, those that are needing of an expertise will have a pool of, for example, if the letter sender is talking about mental health, I'm not an expert on mental health, and Jenko is not an expert on mental health. So we'll have a guest person who would address that, because right now I think it's timely because of what's happening in the world. People wants to reach out and they want to be heard. So that's a show that we're launching next week, and that's going to be every Saturday 9 o'clock Pacific, and it's going to be Sunday 12 noon in the Philippines or other parts of the world. It could be 5, but we'll make a special announcement for that, because right now we announced it last week, and I already have received like five emails on that subject. Okay, before we end, Mika, I want you to tell, how do we contact you or your fans, your followers? Okay, let's start first with TikTok. Say that again. What's your TikTok address?
Okay, for TikTok, just go on my Facebook because everything's on there. So my Facebook page is Mika Gorospe. My Instagram is Mika Gorospe. My Twitter is Mika Gorospe, and my YouTube is also Mika Gorospe as well.
Okay, now question. How do you say it ba? Gorospe or Gorospe?
Well, it depends. Sa Pilipinas, it's grospe. But if you're in America, it's grospe.
Yeah, because if you say it in Manila, the Gorospe, they would think it's P-I. Diba? You know, Gorospi, Gorospe. But you're right. In the Philippines, it's Gorospe. Because it's not P-I, it's P-E. Right? Okay. Now, sabi ni Jeneline De Chavez, hi Mika, you're so pretty.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
Tapos si Jojo naman, sige, susulat ako. Okay. Ang dami nag-ano sa'yo. Grabe ka. They really missed you. Even your manager saying hello.
Hi.
Hi, Happy Joy. Any last word before we end the show? I mean, can you believe it's like over an hour?
Time goes by so fast.
1 hour mark. And thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much, Ate Kuya Jo, for allowing us to extend this. And alam mo naman, pag nagkukwentuhan, as if, and this is really, Mika, the essence of this show. The goal really is, I want it to be, parang ano lang, nagkukwentuhan lang. I want to know more about you because although I know some of you or more things about you, pero may mga bagay pa rin akong hindi alam. And that's what I'm gonna do with the other interviews that we're having or guests. Ang mga lineup namin for everyone's, we're having a arrangement with Miss Philippines Universe, Rebecca Mateo. Hopefully that would be a go, and definitely Miss Universe Iceland, because Miss Universe is forthcoming, and of course we need to support our candidate. And then we have some immigration lawyer. An immigration lawyer is going to be guesting us the month of May, because all the guests, at least for this show, all the guests will be female. And then for June, it will be all male because Father's Day, and also Philippine Independence Day on June 12. So there's artista guesting. So there will be show business because the first thing they asked me, is it going to be show business because of my affiliation? I said no, and it's open to all the station. It could be the Kapuso or the former Kapamilya or the Kapatid. It's an open for all. It's walang affiliation whatsoever. And then any topics that you want us to discuss or any guests that you guys want us to invite, just let us know. We'll find them. We'll include people from Hollywood as well, because right now, as you know, remember that lady that her HER. Remember, she's from San Francisco, and she just won the Academy Awards for that song.
Oh, her. That's the song that I sang.
I remember seeing her in some of the Filipino shows before. Imagine. So I like to feature those because I want this show to be a feel good and inspiring. And Mika, thank you so much for the rite of passage, and you're my first guest for my pilot. And again, I cannot believe how you've grown beautifully, and I can't wait to see more of you in television and to see the growth. It's you know, I keep telling you I'm your number one fan way back pa, and that has not changed. I'm always rooting for you, and now you're turning. Who knows? You might be a cosmetic surgeon someday, and maybe I'll be asking you to help me.
Thank you so much for having me as your first
Anytime.
guest.
And this is not the last. I mean, definitely one of these days I'll bring you back, especially when you're back in Manila. And the good thing with this station, they allow me to be mobile, meaning I don't have to go to any studio. I could go in anywhere parts of the world or any parts of the country, and we could do this, which is so good. And thanks to technology, again, you could watch us live on YouTube, on Facebook, and also on different ways. On YouTube and the Amazon Fire TV channel of PHLV Radio. And of course, there's repeat also on Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon Fire TV. And then you could also listen the live audio streaming on PHLV Radio apps. So with all this information, I mean, we'll have an array of information that I'll be giving you next week not only about us here in America or that affects the Filipinos abroad, but also the right information about what's happening in the Philippines. So at least we get the right information, we get it out, and before we end, any last word, Mika, to say to your fans and followers and your supporters before we end?
Yeah, I would just like to say thank you for having me, Tito Josh. Thank you. Thank you for, it's such an honor for me to be the first guest. Thank you to everyone who's watching, everyone in the Philippines and all around the world. And thank you for giving us your time. And also advance happy Mother's Day to all the mothers there. And just thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
And my last word to everybody watching, and this I've been telling these people all the time before we end the show, please be kind. You cannot ever go wrong if you're kind. As I always tell people, be kind. You cannot go wrong with kindness. And that's my message for today, and my message to everybody: just be kind, just love each other, and just make sure you say I love you to everyone, because you never know. The pandemic, the virus is just right around the corner, and it's happening. It's getting closer and closer to home. So it's important that we appreciate people. We tell them how much we care for them, how much we love them. Because it's important, you always treat each other the best way possible, and always think of it that today is the last day of your life. So be well, be good, be kind. And with that, maraming salamat po for staying with us. Maraming salamat. I am filled with joy and unbelievable. But maraming salamat. Hopefully you learned a lot about Mika. So alam mo ba, Mika, ang dami naming natutunan sa'yo. Maraming salamat. Until everyone, thank you po. Filipinos abroad watching across the globe, maraming salamat. Good evening and happy Mother's Day. And thank you for watching. And good day, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to the world. See you, Mika. Thank you. Bye-bye. Signing off.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.